What's going on, squad? Here's an update of the Jake Paul Tommy Fury fight that's now scheduled to take place February the 26th, 2023 in Saudi Arabia. I saw this great interview with Tommy Fury, so instead of going over the breakdown of their boxing record, which I've already done, let's jump into that.
Tommy Fury, my man, how are you?
I'm good, Dev. How's yourself?
I'm good. I'm not in the shape you're in. I just saw you getting photos done. I saw abs poking through. You're taking it seriously, aren't you?
Oh, 100%, yeah. And I'm still 4 weeks out. You're going to see another 2 abs join the stomach by the time the fight comes. But no, I'm training the hardest I've ever trained.
I can see it in your face and everything. This is serious business, Tommy Fury, isn't it? Oh, bless you as well. Yeah.
Thank you very much. No, serious business. At the end of the day, it's the biggest fight of my life, of my career. But it's not the toughest test. You know, at the end of the day, I'm having tougher tests. You know, daily in the gym, with proper, world-class fighters. So at the end of the day, you've got to treat it as it is. But I'll tell you honestly now, man to man, I've trained for this like I'm preparing to fight for the WBC title of the world. Because it's a fight that is just not, it's not like a learning fight. Like, oh yeah, I'm taking this fight and it's the time for me to get better and practice things. Like, I don't like this man, and come February 26th, I will be looking to KO him in emphatic style. I'm training as hard as I've ever trained before. I've mixed up everything relentlessly just to get this man out of there, because I'm going to prove on the 26th that he doesn't belong in the sport.
Well, let's clear your mind completely. Let me try something here, right? You're in your happy place, completely peaceful.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just drop Jake Paul's name in there.
Yeah.
What happens? What starts going through your head when you hear Jake Paul's name?
Not a thing, because I don't think anything of him. He's a nobody in my eyes. I'm in the sport of boxing. He's not a boxer. Jake Paul means nothing to me. There's nothing that he can say, do whatever he wants. He can't get in my head. It's business for me, but at the end of the day, it's a business trip that I'm going to do in good style, put it that way. He can't do anything to shake me or rock me.
Has he been good for your career or bad for your career?
I mean, everybody needs a dance partner, and I believe that's what he done for me. Me and him, we've danced now for 2.5 years, back and forth.
It's a lot of dancing, Tommy.
Yeah, it's a lot of dancing. I'm pretty good at the tango now.
Yeah.
But we've been in America, having it out in the hallways. You was there for that.
I stuck the mic in the middle.
We've said a lot of things over the past 2.5 years, but now it's time to put it all to bed. And I've been quietly confident ever since I heard this man and watched him fight, up until his last fight. There's nothing that this man can do to beat me. Definitely not.
Look, you've mentioned it there. A lot of things have been said in the last 2 years, and he was ringside for your fight in Dubai. He was on commentary. He was mocking you. He was saying all sorts of stuff on his social media feeds all the time. He's putting up pictures of you. He's putting up pictures of Molly as well. Has he crossed the line?
He can do whatever he wants. Like I said before, he can put up whatever he wants. I'm not interested. Because he thinks that putting up some photos and saying some words is going to get underneath my skin and rattle me. This is an idiot that is currently behind you on a poster. He's a fool. Like, he is one of the people in my inboxes, that just text me every day with bad comments. He's one of them people, because he's got nothing else better to do.
You think he's a troll?
He's a troll. Like, he's whatever he is. Like, I'm in this job and I'm a professional athlete. And the big thing that I want to build here, that I am the professional athlete here. I'm the professional boxer. I am the professional. He's a joker. That's how he makes his money, by talking, doing silly shit. That's how he makes his money. I make my money by doing the professional sport of boxing against other professionals. So when he wants to come over here with them jokes and tricks and all that sort of stuff, whatever he's doing, social media, let him do it, because social media won't be able to help him on the 26th. Instagram can't climb through the ropes and help him out, and give him a like or whatever. He's in there with me, and I've trained hard, and I know over these past few weeks and months, I've trained 10 times harder than him. I've gone to places where no man has ever gone before in training camp.
This is clearly different to a fight with a Daniel Boshiansky or something like that, right?
Well, I think Daniel Boshiansky would have been hard, to be fair. But, yeah, as you say, it's
But in terms of what it
Yeah.
is and what it means to you, is this the first time that you are training to actually hurt someone? Is that on your mind because of everything that's happened?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, my mind's bulletproof. You can't get in my mind. I'm training as hard as I've ever done before. Yeah, but at the end of the day, I'm training a lot different. I've brought different people in. I'm training in a different place. I'm training a different style. And he's not going to know what's hitting at the end of the day. You know, I've been there. I've seen all this before. I was beating better people than he last fought in my amateur days.
He thinks he's got 2 opponents that would beat you. He
Love
thinks
to hear him.
Anderson Silva and
Okay.
Tyron Woodley would beat you.
Right. So Tyrone Woodley, he walks around the ring like this. No head movement, 2 big crater legs. And then, oh, by the way, you throw a right hand. So he's going to beat me. You got Anderson Silva, who took 95% of the rounds off, backed him up to the ropes, did nothing. Man's 50 years old. There's no 50-year-old man on the planet that can beat me. How's that? It just won't happen because he's 50. I'm 23. He literally he had a fight with a 50-year-old man, not too far off my dad's age, and at the end of the fight, he looked like he'd been in World War II. How does that does not happen if you're a great boxer? I'm sorry, it just doesn't. Oh, sorry, and the 50-year-old man, that was his first ever boxing fight. Let me add that in there. So yeah, let him say what he wants. I'm really not interested what he's got to say. You know, he's going to experience what it's like to get in the ring with a boxer in a few weeks, and I can't wait because I'm in the best shape of my life. There was no springing this fight on me. I've been in the gym training hard, very, very hard. So it's not looking good for him, put it that way.
Well, look, there's something. It's not just Jake Paul talking. Everyone's talking about this fight. Tyson said you can stay in Saudi Arabia if you lose. John said, I believe he said he's going to lock the doors. It feels like there's a lot of pressure on you. I know you don't normally feel pressure, right? But this is all reaching a bit of a climax where it feels like you have to win. You absolutely have to win. Are you feeling that at all?
No, not one bit. You know, this for me is just another fight. In my opinion, an easier fight than some of my previous fights. You know, I don't believe for 1 second Jake Paul will beat Jordan Grant. I genuinely don't.
Jordan the game Grant.
I'm telling you, he's game lad, can take a shot, and that's it. And I believe if this man didn't have 20 odd million followers and wasn't an internet sensation, and somebody said, oh right Tommy, you're fighting Jake Paul on Saturday on the Burb Tevin Yard card, he's just nobody, people wouldn't even think twice. They'd say, oh right Tommy, you'll knock him out in a round. But just because he's Jake Paul, everyone thinks it's a 50-50 fight. I'll tell you one thing, a reputation can't make something a 50-50 fight. You can either fight or you can't fight. And this guy can't fight yet. He may look good against MMA guys and old men, and wrestlers. But like Floyd Mayweather said, somebody who's been around the game all of his life, as soon as he gets in with somebody who has half an idea of what they're doing, he's beat. And I will put that into action on the 26th of February. And you can all believe in that. Like, you know, I'm not washed up. I'm not like an MMA man who's finished my career and come over to boxing for a payday. I'm at the start of my career, and he is not the man to finish my career. I'll tell you that. There's a lot of good men out there, but he's not the man to end me. Definitely not.
Well, look, the event, the show, the fight is called The Truth.
Yeah.
On February 26th, what is the truth, Tommy?
The truth is Jake Paul will be knocked out emphatically in a few rounds. This man can't live with me.
Well, let's pretend that camera is the man you're talking about. That is Jake Paul over there. What you got to tell him?
Enjoy your last training camp. Pay everybody a bit more. You know, thanks for the good times along the way. Because in 4 weeks, you're going to be kissing the canvas and you'll never step foot in a boxing ring ever again.
Well, there you have it. Tommy Fury, Jake Paul, February 26th. Can't wait.
Top man.
Cheers, mate.
I see somebody's having a little bit of something to say.
I will gladly beat the out of you.
I didn't know who Jake Paul was.
I made you famous.
The only thing I care about is leaving that ring with a win.
You're replaceable.
If he can't beat Jake Paul, I'll have to change his name.
I don't need my big brother to do my dirty work for me.
Stick to your little YouTube videos and don't come over to this boxing club because you'll get laid out in 30 seconds flat.
It's really a perfect matchup, and we're just going to...
Jake Paul, great to see you.
Hey, great to see you.
I've been told I've got about 7-ish minutes, by the way. Will the fight go 7-ish minutes on the...
Probably
February 26th?
right around there.
Yeah?
Probably right around there. Yeah. 6 minutes, yeah. Probably like 8 minutes, 7 minutes.
Have you actually got it in your mind as to when you're going to do it, how you're going to do it, the shot that you're going to do it with?
Yeah, I can't explain all of it, but he's in trouble, and he's going to realize it really, really quickly. The first round would be cool to like feel each other out, but he doesn't have head movement or anything, so the shots are just wide open.
Let me strip it all back. Let me make you think of nothing. And now let me just drop Tommy Fury's name in there. What starts going through your head when you think of Tommy Fury?
I just think of like a overly buff dude who like looked like he bought his muscles from the store and has chicken legs. I don't know. That's the first thing I thought of.
I mean, that's an interesting thing to think of. We'll play this to him later. I'm sure he'll contest the chicken legs in particular. But tell me this.
But how? I can't contest it.
I mean,
he got chicken legs.
Yeah.
His upper body, like, bro, he's giant but weighs less than me. Like, I don't get it. Like, it is what it is.
Well, we will see if he does contest that. I'm so excited about this fight, Jake. Tell me this. It feels to me like the pressure's all on him. I'll tell you why. I've got Tyson Fury saying that he can stay in Saudi Arabia if he loses. I've got John Fury saying that he's going to lock the doors and he can't go home. That is a lot, and he's taking that Fury name into a fight with you. Do you agree he's under more pressure?
Definitely under more pressure. A lot of pressure. Just had a baby. Like, how is he dealing with that mentally? You know, I feel like he's distracted. Now he's fighting for his family and for his kids' food, and his own family saying they're going to disown him. This is his first main event. First time fighting somebody real who's not just put in there to lose. I think the kid's gonna break. And I hate to put this energy in, like, hopefully he shows up. But this is why I think he's pulled out of the fights many of times, is because he hasn't been able to handle that pressure. So I just hope he gets in there and fights me February 26th. I won't believe it until the first bell rings.
But when he speaks about fighting you, he speaks with so much confidence, so much energy. Do you believe that he doesn't believe what he's saying? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I don't think he believes what he's saying. I think he's trying to convince his own self, but deep down, he's just like playing this part and saying what he thinks he should say. And I think that bravado runs in his family, and his brother's one of the best shit talkers in the world. His dad is hilariously funny and says all crazy shit, and so I think he feels like he has to be like that. But I don't think he truly believes the things he's saying now.
When you were in Dubai, you were ringside, you did a bit of commentating on him. It was quite entertaining commentating at the time. You were taunting him, you were mocking him, and you've continued to do so across social media, tagging him in all sorts of stuff, bringing Molly into it as well. Is this because you've seen a mental fragility in him, or are you trying to create one?
I've seen it, and I think I'm expanding on it, and just having fun too. Like, it's fun for me. Me and Anderson Silva, it was a nice change of pace because we were super respectful to each other. But I miss kind of the troll side of me, so it's fun to get back into that mode. And he definitely is mentally weak, and I'm just gonna continue to pick at that.
Where does the loser?
Well, he has to stay in Saudi Arabia when he loses. So I don't know. It probably goes back to reality TV. Which is not bad. It's just like you're doing the wrong thing, and I'm gonna reset his life course and put him on the right track.
There is something that he's always said, because I've interviewed him about this fight for, it feels like about 10 years now. But there's something that he always says. He says the guys that he's beaten, the boxers that he's beaten, would all beat Jake Paul because they're proper boxers. They're professional boxers. So I'm sure you can test that. You're laughing. But what about the guys that you beat? How would they do against Tommy?
They would all, like, Tyron and Anderson would beat Tommy easily. Anderson would knock Tommy out for sure. And you know, what guys has he faced that are, you know, these so-called professional boxers? You know, their records are absolute garbage. So I think this is what I'm saying. Like, he's in for a rude awakening. He really is. And he thinks he loves this sport now, but he hasn't really been to the deep end. And I'm going to take him to the deep end and drown him really fast, and he's going to hate this sport afterwards.
Do you think because it was meant to be, a couple of years ago now, and this is the third time it's been scheduled, has that helped you, or has it helped him? Because you've both got a bit older, done a bit more.
It's definitely helped me way more. Because, like I said, you know, I've only been boxing for 2 years and 364 days as a pro. So I've gotten exponentially better, and beating a guy like Anderson Silva, that experience is literally priceless. Going 8 rounds with Anderson Silva is priceless experience, and he hasn't been in the gym dedicated like I have. So I've definitely ran laps around him in the past year. He should have fought me, and me and my team have said it. He should have fought me back then. It would have been probably a much more competitive fight. I think I still would have won, but I don't know if I would have knocked him out. Now, he's getting knocked the fuck out.
Well, look, this show, this fight, this event is called The Truth. What is the truth on February 26th?
The truth is that Jake Paul is the real fucking deal, and he, stepped up to the plate, fought a professional boxer and someone his age, his weight, and knocked him the fuck out. And no one will be able to deny that. But I am excited to see what the critics say after this. Like they're always going to come up with something. So this one will be interesting to see what they conjure.
One final one, Jake, before I let you go. That's actually Tommy over there. It doesn't look anything like him, but that is indeed Tommy. Tell him something. What do you want to tell him?
Buddy, enjoy it while you can. Find a good wealth manager. Take the money you're getting, invest it properly, and you could probably live off of it for the rest of your life. But this is it. 29 days and counting.
Jake Paul, thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, man.
I see somebody's having a little bit of something to say.
I will gladly beat the out of you.
I didn't know who Jake Paul was.
I made you famous.
The only thing I care about is leaving that ring with a win.
Irreplaceable.
If he can't beat Jake Paul, I'll have to change his name.
I don't need my big brother to do my dirty work for me.
Stick to your little YouTube videos and don't come over to this boxing club because you'll get laid out in 30 seconds flat.
It's really a